Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
We might as well go ahead straight from love to some bullshit. Here go the Tiz weekly Umar update. And at the end of this, I have a new Tiz take of the week. So, in the Umar update this week, the week started off with this guy, Smoke God, the Book of Negroes that I've told y'all about before. He had a video of,
awesome.
He did a live, yes, it is. He did. I'm telling you, him and Face would be like spirit animals, because the way this dude be chiefing and the way Face be chiefing, like they would be like, oh, Bud Brothers. Like the powers of the blunts combined. Like
we formed Captain Marijuana.
Yes. But this dude took a trip to FDMG Academy himself and toured the outside of the school and the school grounds. He showed a whole, so Umar shows pieces of the building that he wants people to see, and those are fucked up as it is. But there's an outside area around one of the buildings that looks like shit. When I say it's vines, you know, them kudzu vines that grow into everything, they're growing up the side of the building so bad they are like going into the, you know how they can get into like cracks in the concrete and shit. They're growing into the roof.
So Super Mario vines you go into the sky with,
Yes, they are. He got trash everywhere on the outside of the school. There's even this one area that got like random tires piled up and a shopping cart and a random book bag looking like Dora and Diego camping out back there or something. But it's just a backpack there. Like it's just random shit, beer cans everywhere. Like
bandos in the bag.
The shit that's depressing is, and this the shit that I really took away from this video. Smoke God video was 18 minutes of him being there. In 18 minutes, Smoke God picked up some trash out there. He's literally done more work at that school in that 18 minutes than I've seen Umar actually do with his hands in the past 2 years since he announced he had purchased the building. So like it was just like a shocking reminder of like, this dude really ain't done shit. And mind you, Smoke God said he done been to that school in person at least 11 times. He said almost every time he's went up there, there was this one beer can that was always there, which means Umar has been up to that building all them times to shoot all them videos. And not once has he even taken the time to just pick up that piece of trash. So like he's literally done nothing. When he be out there saying, we working. He's not doing shit. I don't know who he talking about we is, but he ain't working on shit. Then the next thing that dropped this week was if you remember, I told you that somebody named August Archibald had filed a lawsuit or a federal complaint against Umar. Well, the Third Amendment got filed. I mean, if you remember, I told you about, I think it was back in January when the paperwork dropped, and we read it here on our show, that the judge had came out and said that because of the way the information was positioned in there, the person needed to amend this and either add in new defendants or reword it so that it focuses strictly on Umar. So I thought the Third Amendment, when it dropped, was going to be the person, this Archibald person, like saying, okay, well, I'm going to just focus on Umar. Oh, no. Remember I told you they mentioned Shakim Ra and Poetic Flacco?
The names, man.
They're now official defendants along with Umar Johnson. And in the paperwork, it now implicates a whole group of people known as the good guys, who is Shakim Ra, Poetic Flacco, and like some other Umar supporters and people that's just kind of, I don't know whether they support Umar or not, but they troll and dox and put out information about other people who are going against Umar. So whatever, their crew, the good guys, is now implicated in this lawsuit, which could have some, for one, that means that the judge's order has been met. So now the next phase of this is when it starts to get litigated. So there's going to be some shit coming down in the next 6 months around this lawsuit. But also, it's now opened up the scope of the lawsuit to all of the people that I was telling you about that was doxing people online and putting out their personal information illegally and all that shit. Like now all of this whole group is implicated. So that means all of them may have to testify and get all of their records online and all their videos they done posted and taken, subpoenaed and all of that. So shit about to get real in the whole Umar sector. So it's going to be some funny shit happening over the next, I'd say, month to 6 months as this kind of gets rolling in the actual court. So, and it is a real document because it's on Pacer again, which is like, these are all the actual court documents, not like somewhere you can just post it online. Like you have to go in and put in case numbers and all that shit. And there's a real judge that's assigned to the case. So this is a real lawsuit. So we're going to see what's about to happen with that. Now, all right on time, whenever I think Umar going to go quiet for the week. So Umar had been quiet this week. So I was like, well, maybe because the lawsuit just dropped, maybe Umar like, I'm going to be quiet. Oh, no. This Negro went on IG Live, my favorite. And this Negro got on there and said he's going to, first of all, he's starting a book club. The book club will be half male and half female. And you have to take a quiz every meeting. And if you fail 2 quizzes, you get kicked out of the book club. Now, the funny part about this book club is not only will you get kicked out of the book club if you fail 2 quizzes, you're a grown-ass person, but if you fail these 2 quizzes because you just bad at test taking or you don't forgot a chapter of the book, you're going to get kicked out of this book club. But the funny part is, he said it's happening next month, but with no date. He gave a location where it's going to happen, but has no information on how you actually sign up other than to text him. And if you've ever donated to Umar or you've ever been somebody that don't lick his ass, you know that when you text him, you ain't going to get no response. So it's going to be a bunch of people signing up for an imaginary book club, just like his imaginary online classes he was going to do for the 4th graders, and his imaginary aviation class, and his imaginary paintball tournament, and his imaginary camping trip. Oh, yeah, he says FDMG at his school, he's going to be having aviation midwifery classes. I don't know what the hell midwifery is. I think he meant midwifery, but I don't know. Maybe he talking about like the middle of a wiffle ball game. I don't know. But this is the type of shit he just spews out and says he's going to do, and then you never see it. So we can add that to the list of over 200 and something different promises that he's made that have yet to come to fruition. And this is all from just the past like 2.5 years. This don't go all the way back. So we'll see what that happens with the book club. He then immediately got into talking about Derrick Jaxn. So he must have seen Your Good and Fuckery on the docket and was like, oh, I know what I'll talk about this week. So apparently because of Derrick Jaxn's infidelity, right. He's in sync with, he been spying. He know. But apparently because of Derrick Jaxn getting caught in his infidelity scandal, I guess it's some feminist group out there that's like trying to go after all male life coaches and said that they're like behind the scenes using their influence to take advantage of women and to get booty and to get their cookies crush on behind the scenes by using their platform as their way in. And apparently somebody, I'm pretty sure nobody said this to Umar at all. I'm pretty sure he just wants to insert himself into the narrative that's the most current right now so he can get his little name going. But he said somebody, right. He good to ride a wave. So he said that somebody contacted him and said that they were going to come after him. So he went on this long rant talking about how he has never used his platform to have sex with any woman, and he dares any woman to come forward and say that he helped their babies, and he's helped thousands of young boys. No stats to prove this. This cannot be proven whatsoever. But he says, he has 6 degrees. And then he said, this was the weirdest part of this little rant. He said, I got 6 degrees, and all 3 of my degrees are from high-level universities. So I got confused right there because you said you got 6, but all 3. So all 3 means that the totality of your, do with that what you will. But maybe he got, go ahead.
Finish 3. Maybe he didn't finish 3, or maybe he combined 2 of them together to make super degree. Or I don't know. Umar, I think Umar got Ghostface mentality. Damn right we fuck fans. That's what I heard in these streets. But continue.
This is what made me laugh.
What?
What you said, Face? You on mute or something?
Face, you on mute.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. So maybe it's this. Maybe he had 3 degrees from 3 schools, and the other 3 he just created on a Word document. So that's how he had 6.
Now that's feasible. Now that would fit with the narrative that's out there about him, that like he's made up some degrees. Because in my whole history of academia, I've never heard, and I know some PhDs and I know some people with MDs and masters and all of these degrees, and not one time have I ever heard them take 2 of their degrees and put them together. So I don't know how he's doing his math, but
with these degrees combined,
people out there, if he can't do math with 3 and 6, how y'all gonna expect this man to lead a school? You can't teach somebody shit you don't know. I've never heard of no shit like this in my life. But yeah,
a 6.3 degree.
Yes, he got 6, but all 3 of them come from top universities. So, and he said because of that, he got big time people and corporate and entities looking at him at all times. So he's always been heavily scrutinized, and he's well trained, and he's never used his platform to sleep with women. Now he says this, but it seems to run adverse to the fact that he was already exposed by a stripper who said that the reason that she started messing with him is because of she met him at his speaking, which would tell me that you're using your platform to get some draws. He also was on camera saying that he would only try to not sleep with the students' mothers that he wants to come to his school. This is on his IG Live. So
I heard it. Yep. I've seen that. I heard that
pattern
myself.
of behavior doesn't seem to match with somebody who was above using their platform to get some pussy.
It doesn't sit well, Umar. It does not sit well, Umar.
Some may right. Some ain't right.
3 times.
This nigga also said about Derrick Jaxn, no alpha male can only have 1 woman.
I heard that part too. I saw that part. Yeah.
Now, this is despite millions of husbands in the world who are alpha male, but are also faithful to their wives or their significant others. You can make of that what you will, people. But I consider myself an alpha male, and I carry myself as such in my day-to-day living. So I'm just gonna say that's false, because I find it pretty easy. Maybe you find it hard because you're a sexual predator, Umar, but I find it very easy to do.
He says that to justify his fantasy dream of what he thinks that once he reach his final form or whatever, that he's gonna have like 6 wives or whatever, because he think he an African king and this, that, and the third. But
he's not gonna have 6. Right after that statement, he said, because I'm an alpha male and I'm gonna have 2 wives. I'm just going to be honest with them. So, he got to have his 2 guacamole foot rubbers to be on his side and to, iron his jeans for him and whatnot. So he said he going to have 2 wives, but whatever.
Them 2 wives might be 3 people at one time, because you know how the 6.3 degree goes.
Hey, who knows what the number really is, because his math is definitely off, like you said. Ain't no telling. We shall soon see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after that, go ahead. What'd you say, Faith?
Let's continue with the Umar.
Yeah, he's different. So after that, he then goes on to say he's the #1 savior of Black boys in America. Again, no stats prove this. There's no testimonials to this. This is just what he says. So do with that what you will. Now, this is some key shit when we're talking about the school, because as y'all know, that's my main focus. Like, all of this that he's doing has nothing to do with the school. So he brings it back to the school for a second, and he enters the building and he shows the gym. And as he's going into the building, he says, donate to FDMG, donate, get on your Cash App, get on your PayPal. We got 5 months. So he's put himself on a 5-month timeline to the end of August, beginning of September, that he's supposed to be opening the school and having a grand opening on Ifatunde Boulevard or Big Papa Boulevard, whatever he called that street, the street that the school on. I don't know what the real name of the school, but he called it Ifatunde Ifatunde Drive or Big Papa Boulevard, whatever the fuck he be saying. That weird shit he be talking. But yeah, so he's supposed to be having the grand opening. So we're going to wait 5 months and see whether we see this school or the lawsuit come to fruition. Which one happens first is going to be the case. Because if that
Zamunda Drive.
Yeah, if that lawsuit hit, I don't care what renovations he did, they're not going to give him no permits to open that building. Some shit going to get held up because I know how politics work when that legal shit, and they not going to just be like, oh, you in the middle of a scandal. Here, go ahead, open the school in our city. I don't see that happening. So when he gets in the gym, we got some good news. The gym looks the exact same. Mold monster is still in the corner, still dirty as hell, panels down, roofing falling through, all of that. But the shit lake done dried up, y'all. Lake Shitatonka is gone. Now, I don't know if it's going to come back and ooze on back up out that pipe, but it's gone for now. So we're going to give them credit that at least the shit lake ain't in that, which is, who knows what kind of shit has been. I don't know how they got it out of there, but who knows if they actually cleaned up after it dried up, because I'm sure it's some bacteria just growing.
Why are we giving him credit? But why are we giving him credit? If now that serves me correct, didn't it go away before?
Yes. Yes.
So
I'm trying to give him credit because I know that he's going to give himself credit at some point. So I figure I'll just beat him to the punch and just go ahead and pat him on the back, because the dumb shit about to come in a minute. The goofy shit comes back out. Now, he was at least in the school at this point talking about the school. This was for about 2 minutes. He then gets to arguing with a dude on the IG Live because they said, well, when you going to go ahead and fix this? You just said this before. He says, well, what institution have you built? Now, I don't know why he goes to this argument first every time, because everybody that knows of his history at this point is always thinking the same thing when he says that. Nigga, where your institution that you built? We still ain't seen the school over yet. What are you talking about? How you gonna answer a question with the same question and you wrong as the person asking it? Like,
in your gym, and the gym got a low tide on the shit right. Lake.
So and not one person on his IG Live has said that that was their aspiration to start a school. That ain't what they trying to do. That's what you trying to do, Umar. So that just tripped me out. So I guess he got mad at that point. He was like, I ain't gonna talk about the school no more. Let me go back outside. Yeah, where's your school? Nigga, where's yours? The same place yours is? Non-existent? Shit.
Probably beside Professor X.
Shit, Professor Jackass. So then I guess he got salted. So then he goes outside. Back outside, and he goes to his car. If that's his car, we don't know, because it's a different car than the several others that we've seen him in. So I'm pretty sure he just gets a rental whenever he gets into town so he can get around. And that's what he drives. Because I haven't seen a consistent car in any of his videos. It was a white sedan one day. Now it's like a black SUV type truck. I don't know.
At least his mama ain't in the front seat.
No, his mama ain't. But what he pulled out of the truck is some boxing gloves. Now, these some boxing gloves, some fan of his made that was some regular boxing glove, but they done painted some black and green on it. So it's red, black, and green. And they painted some yellow letters that say FDMG on one and Big Papa on the other. And he proceeds to put these on. And he just shadow boxes with inaccurate form for like maybe 20, 30 seconds. Then he's winded. He talking about who want to go 12 rounds with the Prince.
Me, if I win.
That's boy. Yes, Pat, this is why you my brother. Because damn it, I immediately was like, I do. I want to go 12 rounds. I would, yes, me, please.
Let me give you that donation money.
I would gladly whoop your ass. I would gladly whip your ass today.
Give me the donation
for a
money.
School on Tuesday. I would gladly put these paws on you. Please, 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 please.
My drop kick still mean.
Then after he does another 10 seconds of air boxing weirdly and grinning at the camera like, what they gonna say to Big Papa? What they gonna do to Big Papa?
Knock that nigga right off his stomach.
I'm sorry. Because I'm saying this shit as I'm saying it. So
Knee him right in the stomach.
He's out there with these pussy gloves. Now, mind you, it's people walking past because it's a sunny day out in Delaware. So it's people walking past. Imagine what you thinking if you walk past an abandoned ass, boarded up school building. You just see some dude out front with a dashiki and some boxing gloves going, oh, what they gonna say to Big Papa? Oh, God, Jesus. And then he immediately then goes, now get on the Cash App. Get on your PayPal. What they want to do with Big Papa? Get on your Cash App.
Punch right in the donations.
Oh, my God, dude. I was weak. Then he sits down on this stoop and he yells out at two dudes and a little girl that walked past. And this fool said, hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, little princess. What he call himself? Dr. Umar opening this school for you. I'm working on this school for you. You gonna go here one day. I don't know what the little girl response was, but I can imagine that little girl like, stranger danger. Motherfucker ain't open no school for me. Why I gotta go there? No, rapist vibes. And this is what he does out there. He yells at random people walking past.
They're gonna get him out.
She could have like, motherfucker, I don't know you.
Right. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure the reaction was not like, oh, thank you, Dr. Umar. Like, no kid know you, man. I give a damn about you. And them people done seen you out there screaming and hooting and yelling for the past 2 years and they ain't seen not a bit of work done. They know you ain't open that damn school, boy.
They're walking past to laugh at you, man.
Yes. So after he yells at the nobody, he ends the live. So at this point, after watching his IG live, I came up with this Tiz take for the week. Tiz take. Based on Umar's actions and the Derrick Jaxn issue, it is time we stop looking outside or looking at people who are not licensed professionals for help or real guidance. It's okay to like the rhetoric that they put out. It's okay to enjoy somebody's speeches. It's okay to watch the content of somebody if you enjoy their entertainment or the value that their videos bring. But stop subscribing to these ideologies without any facts that you yourself have researched. Stop giving these people who talk credence to guide your personal actions and how you think. If you need mental health, go to a real licensed professional who won't interject themselves into your personal life. Because real people who do life coaching and mental health for a living, they don't become your friend. They don't endear themselves to you and try to holler. They are strictly there to help you with your problem and move on because they have other clients. Like, that's their profession. It's not their hookup spot. Mm-hmm. If you find a mentor, vet them first. Hell, even better, find somebody that you actually know and trust that is successful in the area that you need mentorship in and roll with them. That way you know that that person got your best interest at heart and they're not trying to get at you, get over on you, or take advantage of you. Putting faith into what you said?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Putting faith into people without them justifying it with tangible works and evidence is leading to women getting taken advantage of, Black people getting scammed, and people just plain getting disappointed when the lie bubble bursts. When you put your faith into this person and now the image is shattered. Stop putting that much faith into these people without them giving you evidence or reason why you should. If they haven't put any action behind the talk, then they're not real leaders, because every real leader we've had in the history of our country, in the history of Black America, in the history of the world, they've had plans and action. Not talk, not rhetoric. It was always plans and action. Even if they gave rhetoric, there was a plan with that rhetoric that led to action. When it's just rhetoric and it's just that, treat them the same way you would treat any other podcaster, content creator, YouTuber, TikToker, Instagram personality. Treat them the same way. They're entertainment. They can be fun, but they should not rule your life. And that's this week's Tiz Take. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And add Dr. Phil to that.
Yes. Yes.
Very ignorant air.
What'd you say?
very ignorant asshole this week.
Yeah, he from disrespecting Breonna Taylor Riley last week to now he's out here hooting and hollering with boxing gloves and comparing and talking about he's the savior to all black boys. I've never seen a guy like him, and I think that's why I'm so intrigued. Because at this point, I'm not even mad about my 50 no more. At this point, I'm just looking at it like I've never seen it. Like even the Yahweh Ben Yahweh folks and the Dr. Malachi Z. York folks and all these other little cult leaders, even they weren't like him. Umar is a special type of nutty. Like it's a whole different mechanism running in his little peanut brain. Like it's some shit there that I've never seen. It's like, how you come up with that? He did what? So yeah,
you need to use that donation money to give himself an edge up because he's been looking rough in the past couple. Like I've been looking. Like, he usually had this stuff edged up, and now it's like a zigzag.
Oh no, his hairline is like that even after the edge up. That's his hairline. That doesn't change.
I know I'm mad.
That's just what that is at this point. It's he has a two-tone hairline like a two-tone buildings that he has. That's pretty much, he matches his building very well. They go together. He's bombed out and depleted. So is the building. It's match made in heaven, folks.
Bombed out and depleted. Yes. Same thing in average.
So yeah. So that's my Umar weekly update and my tears take for the week.